contracts. B.J. Johnson, Josh Majette, Vic Law, Stephen Domingo, and the big guy Isaac Humphries to jump against Chanchar, making Bigby Williams. And it's one away by Erie. Here comes Best to the baseline. Tried to dish it out. It's a turnover. Domingo finds Majette. B.J. Johnson into the lane. Little jump hook is up and good off the glass. And B.J. Johnson, who had 16 points in last night's season opening win, and Majette goes into the table. Well, that's effort and intensity after a career night last night for Josh Majette chasing a ball. And Majette couldn't save it, but he goes right into the table where the GM is there. You want to get a good attention there. Good job by Majette, I guess. And off the inbound, the Magic get the block. Here comes Johnson again. Had the first two, and there's an emphatic dunk. He gets up quick and he slams it down. B.J. Johnson has allowed 4 points to start off the night. Sanders, Javon Bess in his first pro season out of LSU, and back to Sanders. Finds a cutting Matthews, who rises up and dunks it down. Erie on the board. Vic Law, Northwestern alum. Humphries got a good look. Can't find that one, and it's off the back iron. Magic shot 50% from three in last night's win over the Skyhawks. They were 16 of 32. Matthews driving again. Rakim Sanders. Bigby Williams, watched by Humphries, drives. Didn't quite have the touch. B.J. Johnson has the board. Magic shot 52% from the floor last night, 50 from three. Vic Law had a couple of deep ones. Tries from mid-range and couldn't get it. Here comes E.C. Matthews. Played 4 years at Rhode Island for the Rams. Dumps inside from the circle. That's Bigby Williams. Cavell Bigby Williams out of LSU. He has his first bucket of the night. So after 4 straight points for the Magic, Erie comes back with 4 of their own. Majette had 25 last night. Good up fake. Left it short. Majette made 7 threes, tied a career high. E.C. Matthews, Euro stepping in the lane and scores. And Erie has a 6-0 run in its first lead of the night. And the Magic turn it over the other way. As I mentioned, the Bayhawks, in their first year as an affiliate of the New Orleans Pelicans, they have 2 players on 2-way contracts. One you'll see tonight, that's Xylem Cheatham, who's 3rd in the G League in rebounding. The other guy, Josh Gray, who is not with the team. Chanchar misses the 3. Rebound out on the offensive side to Bess. The Magic allowed 22 offensive rebounds in last night's win. Something to keep an eye on tonight against an Erie team that rebounds the ball well. But another turnover. The Magic give it right back. Matthews, he's fouled. Majette picks up the foul and just tied up Williams there. Wanted to at least make him shoot the free throw. Of course, we're early in the G League season. A reminder, the new experimental rule, 1 free throw worth 2 points for Matthews, and he makes it. So up until the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter, if a player is fouled shooting a 3, the free throw would be worth 3 points. If he's fouled shooting a 2, of course, 2 points. If it's an old-fashioned 3-point play, it'd be worth 1. Magic with the offensive board. Down in side for the Magic to, that's Domingo. Then inside they find Humphries there, who got penned in down low, and he draws the foul. Humphries fortunate he didn't turn it over and got it back, and well, now Isaac Humphries will go for a 2-point free throw. Bigby Williams picking up the personal. Humphreys did not start in last night's win, with Emil Jefferson being sent down by the Orlando Magic. He came off the bench, had 14 points and 9 rebounds, just missed out on the double-double. Sanders, watched by Vic Law, into a double in the corner. Finds Williams, and he couldn't finish. Bigby Williams got up close and couldn't get it. Here come the Magic looking to tie, could take the lead with a 3. Humphreys will try that. He got it. Magic retake the lead on an Isaac Humphreys 3. He has 5 early points. To the rim goes, nice finish there by Javon Bess. Bess 6th in the league in minutes a game. Played 40 minutes in the season opener against College Park. Majette draws the foul. And Bess picks up the foul. So Majette will go to the line to shoot 1, worth 2.
2-point free throw for Josh Majette.
Majette coming off that 25-point game. He was 7 for 11 from 3. It tied a career high in threes made in a game. Also had 6 rebounds, 12 assists, and 5 steals. Inside, and a foul called. B.J. Johnson thought he had the clean block, but a foul called up high on the wing. You see Bigby Williams got it inside. There's a lot of ball there. B.J. Johnson thought he had a clean stuff. Gives us a chance to introduce you to our officials tonight. Bigby Williams misses it. Brandon Schwab, the crew chief. David Walker and Ben Sturtz, the 3, officiating this game tonight. Stephen Domingo driving. The runner bounces down. Good touch by Stephen Domingo. Magic take a 3-point lead. Bess, watched by Vic Law. Around his screen. They go inside and around. He can't finish. That was Sanders, and the Magic get the rebound, and a foul in transition as Bigby Williams tried to 4 of 9 from the field, just 1 of 3 from deep, and Erie the same 4 of 9. There was a foul on Erie before the stoppage of play. Here comes Majette to the window. No one picked him up. Bigby Williams got a piece of that, but might have been on the window before he got to it. Sanders for 3. It rims out. Erie still without a 3. As we hit the halfway point of the first quarter. Magic 3-1, looking to stay undefeated at home after a win over College Park last night. B.J. Johnson catch and shoot 3. Bigby Williams with the board. Home court has been huge in this series. Last year these teams met 4 times. The home team won all 4 of them. Domingo, the contested 3, splash, down it goes. Domingo was 1 of 3 from deep last night, had 10 points, and he gets his first early here. The Magic have their largest lead of the night. It's 6. Chanchar had it knocked away by Humphreys. Left wing 3, left short. Bess couldn't get it. Here comes Vic Law. Humphreys working on Bigby Williams. The fall away sky hook is blocked. Chanchar, the second round pick of the Nuggets, nearly threw it away. Chanchar working on Domingo. And he threw it away. Johnson has it, but a whistle. Last touched by Lakeland. Did this ball go out of bounds?
6 on the shot clock, Larry.
That one was close there. Maybe B.J. Johnson had a foot on the line. They'll put 6 on the shot clock. Bess driving. Hassani Gravit has checked in for Lakeland, as well as Michael Kaiser. So the Magic with Kaiser and Gravit in. The other 3 starters remain, and a substitution for Erie. Vito Brown checks in. Big B. Williams sits down. Majette around the screen. Finds Johnson on the wing. Here he comes into the lane. Challenges the defender Brown. And a foul called. This is against Erie. See where they had this. It is not on the shot. It's a loose ball foul. And Vledko Chenchar picks it up. So that's his first. Magic will get it out the side. Here's Gravit, rookie out of South Carolina. Majette, too, watching him. Domingo. And B.J. Johnson lost it out of bounds. The Magic during practice today were really working on some of those offensive sets. It's still very early in the G League season. You don't get much of a training camp with a full roster, though 4 of the guys on this team did spend time together with the Orlando Magic in training camp, so there was some familiarity there. And here's a takeaway. B.J. Johnson, and he saves it out of bounds. Majette thought about it, and he threw it away. A messy start to this game for both teams. 4 turnovers on both sides. You go back to the steal. Majette taking it away from Sanders and then saved it out of bounds. That's good effort. Brown taking on Kaiser. Couldn't finish over the top. Michael Kaiser, top 10 in the G League in blocks a game. A little over 2. He was 7th checking into this weekend. Didn't play much last night. Here's Domingo, who did get some time, and Kaiser finishes up close. Only played 2 minutes last night, and he's making most of the minutes tonight. Matthews. Chenchar. Step back over Domingo. He got a piece of it. The Magic defense showing off here the last few possessions. Domingo wide open. Got it. Good ball movement off the defense. Magic on a 12-0 run over the last 4+ minutes and have an 11-point lead. It's 21-10 at the RP Funding Center. First quarter, Magic Bayhawks meeting for the first of 4 times this season. Nick Grunowitz sideline for you here at the RP Funding Center. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Second home game of the year. Here comes Chenchar trying to get it around Kaiser. Couldn't do it. Vic Law going to spot up and fire. Loose ball controlled by Quentin Chivas, who checked in at the timeout. Quick roll call for you. Javon Bess, Chivas. Looked to hand off to Sullivan there. Instead, he drives. Chenchar couldn't control. We'll get you the 5 for Erie here in a moment. It's Bess, Chenchar, Brown, Chivas, and Sullivan. And the Magic make it a 14-0 run. Bess to the window. He misses the bunny. Erie can't buy a bucket. Law bumped by Chenchar, and we'll see the second-round pick of the Denver Nuggets in 2017 pick up the foul. Bess, Chenchar, Brown, Chivas, Sullivan on the floor for first-year head coach Ryan Pannone. There's a Florida flair to this coaching staff for the Erie Bayhawks. The Magic on that foul now in the bonus for the next 2:26. Erie's new coach, of course, with the last coaching staff moving to College Park. Noel Gillespie was here last night, his former team. No, former franchise, I guess. Same team. comes in tonight. John Davis off the rebound, trying to go coast to coast, and he picks up the foul. But Ryan Pannone is in his first season, was an assistant over in Israel last year. He's a Clearwater native. And the GM of this Erie Bayhawks team, Mark Chasanoff, is actually a Flagler College alum, grew up in Bradenton, not too far from here. Probably, 35, 40 minutes or so. Yeah, make it an hour. Down I-4 onto 75. Davis couldn't get it. Magic lead by 15. They're shooting 42% in the quarter, 50% from three. Sullivan around his screen. Bigby Williams inside. This is Sullivan. 3 on the clock. Fires over the top of Tisdale. Loose ball. Bigby Williams with the offensive board. Can't finish over Kaiser. And Vito Brown couldn't corral it. Last touch by the Magic.
Thank you.
Bayhawks without a field goal for the last 6+ minutes. They led 10-9. This is a 16-0 Lakeland run. Matthews, 6 points in the quarter, leads the team. Chivas, Matthews, Gravette late getting there, and Matthews makes him pay. That breaks the 16-0 run, cuts the Magic lead to 12. Kaiser. From mid-range, it's good. That's Michael Kaiser. His first season with Lakeland was the 10th pick in the G League draft by the Magic. Chivas wide open. Air ball. Sanders with the takeaway. Chivas again, shooter shoot. And he turns to the crowd and blows him a kiss after they were yelling air ball at him. He drills the next one. Gravette down low, kicks out. Davis had to save it. Tisdale got his man in the air. Gravette for three. Couldn't get it. That's the guy you want to find, a very good three-point shooter in college. Davis, they left him alone again. Gravette, rhythm dribble. Couldn't get that one. Magic get a third chance, and this time Gravette will swing it around. 10 to shoot, and John Davis will hold for the last shot. Davis, got it. Third try is a charm for the Magic. They lead by 14 after one. At the arc in that first quarter, Erie shot just 25% from the floor and went the better part of 6 minutes without a field goal. Lakeland went on a 16-0 run and led by as many as 15 points. They lead by 14 here after one, but a turnover to open up the frame. Matthews led with 9 points in that first quarter. And it's thrown away. Davis takes it. Matthews follow him. Davis to the rack. Maybe hung on for a little too long there. The whole bench is up after that dunk, and John Davis with a big finish. Sullivan plays catch with Bigby Williams. Chivas working on Davis. Threw it away. Gravette, smart decision, throws it to Law. Law taking on the bigger Brown. He couldn't finish. The runner is up and in for E.C. Matthews. Into Humphreys, hands off. Gravette just quickly threw it over his shoulder and couldn't get it. The two-man game with that post player is something the Magic were really working on before the start of today's game. And a whistle away from the ball. It's defensive 3 seconds, a technical on the Magic. So a free throw coming for Erie.
What do you want, Coach?
Magic a 125-99 win last night against College Park. Chivas will take that technical free throw. As for the Bayhawks, they're looking to avoid a 3-game losing streak by winning tonight. They lost at Capital City on Friday night, 106-89. Zylan Cheatham had 11 points and 19 rebounds. But Erie turned it over 29 times in that game. They come in as the most turnover-prone team in the league. They have make that 6 tonight. Bess falling away, too strong, loose ball. John Davis controls. Here come the Magic. They find Grivette. Davis made one to end the first. He gets one here. Six points, make it 8 points for John Davis. E.C. Williams left open, didn't get the bounce. Last touched by Erie.
Out of bounds, Bayhawks. Magic ball.
Domingo was looking for Humphreys. Will reset to Grivette. They give it into Humphreys again, stepping around the defender, and he puts it up and in. Terrence Sullivan lost Humphreys. Bigby Williams draws the foul. Isaac Humphreys picks it up.
Foul on Magic, number 15, Isaac Humphreys. His first team foul. Coming in for the Magic, Josh Majette.
Josh Majette gets back in for Lakeland. B.J. Johnson checks in too as Tisdale sits down, and so does Grivette. Cavell Bigby Williams out of LSU. He gets the free throw. Bigby Williams, I found an interesting note on him earlier today. He transferred to LSU from Oregon, and Majette drills a deep three after 7 last night. He gets his first in the first half here. And they'll take a timeout on the floor. Make that a timeout. Yeah, Magic look for their second straight home win and their third straight win of the year. Quentin Chivas to inbound. Erie comes out with Bess, Sanders, Bigby Williams, Chivas, and Sullivan. MIA are some of Erie's top scorers as Sullivan drills the three from the left wing. Sullivan's first field goal of the night. We have not seen Jalen Adams, who's averaging 22 points a game through the first 3 games of the year for Erie. Josh Gray is not with the team. And we have also not seen much of Zylan Cheatham, who's one of the top rebounders in the league. No word on where those guys are. We asked before whether or not they were going to play and did not get a note on it. John Davis has 2 threes, couldn't get his third. Chivas out of control, and Majette draws the foul. That's an offensive foul. Chivas into the lane, just right over the top of Majette. And a nice slide there, too. I think that was a personal best for Josh there in distance covered when taking a charge. Slid about 4 or 5 feet. That's the 8th turnover of the half for Erie. We mentioned it earlier. The Bayhawks last in the league in turnovers. They turn over about 26 times a night. It's still early, small sample size, but it's not a good trend for Ryan Panone's squad. B.J. Johnson got up close and hammered it down over Bigby Williams. Snuck in behind the defense and hammered it. Largest lead of the night for Lakeland, it's 20. Bess got up close and floated it in. Javon Bess, the Atlantic 10 Defensive Player of the Year, his final year in college at St. Louis in his pro rookie season. Domingo couldn't get it from deep. Bess inside to Cheatham. Found Chivas coming down the baseline, and he's fouled. They'll give the foul to John Davis, who picks up his first. And Michael Kaiser comes in for Lakeland, excuse me. Isaac Humphreys checks out. Majette watched by Bess. Down to the basement. Bounce out to Davis. Sachets into the lane, draws the foul, and gets the bucket. John Davis with a three-point play opportunity. Big night for John Davis. 10 first-half points in 9 minutes. Chivas picks up his second. Both Sullivan and Brown will jump in for Erie. Chivas, who just picked up the personal, and Bigby Williams will sit down. So we haven't seen Josh Gray. We have not seen Jalen Adams. We have not seen Zylan Cheatham either, who had 19 rebounds in the loss against Capital City a couple of nights ago. So Erie down a few bodies, and the Magic taking advantage. Bess driving. Davis poked it away, but a foul. See what we have here. Davis got a lot of the arm there before poking it away. Stan and Josh Majette making their case to Brandon Schwab, who's the crew chief for the three officials tonight. 2-point free throw is good. Magic lead is 17. Majette to the baseline, finds Kaiser, couldn't get it. Volleyed back out, Magic get another opportunity. Down into Kaiser. Working on Brown. Back out Majette, he'll take it from there, and he does. Makes it. Majette from Auburndale drills it, and the Magic lead is 20 again. Vito Brown streaking to the hoop, and he finishes. Correction, that was Sanders who put it up and in. Lob, look out, Kaiser. He's up there again. Majette with the assist. Kaiser has 6 points. That's the 5th assist of the night for Majette, who had 12 in last night's victory. Chanchar picks up Johnson. Domingo. 8 on the clock. Over to BJ. They ISO to him. He'll take the contested three. Rebound to Javon Bess. He has 9 points. Vito Brown wide open. Kaiser late, and the Magic dodge a bullet. Majette says, why not? Left that one short. Last touched by the Magic. It'll stay with Erie. Vic Law, Hassani Gravit will jump in. The Magic rotating bodies quickly in this first half. Stephen Domingo and who will else sit down? Let's see. John Davis sits down. Bess, Majet trying to work around that screen. They got the switch and try to feed it down into Brown. That's out of bounds. Last touched by Lakeland. You see Majet with the effort there, trying to get down to the parquet and keep that ball in bounds as E.C. Matthews will get in. And Javon Bess, he was holding that left wrist coming off, or left finger coming off his thumb. He jammed that thumb there. So he'll come off. He's being looked at by the trainer, Royal Milton. Inside, they found Chanchar, and Vic Law let him get too deep. Majet hounded by Matthews. Law. Here comes B.J. Johnson. He's on a two-way contract with the Orlando Magic and makes the mid-range jumper over Brown. Magic had 71 points in the first half last night. They're on their way to at least 60 here if they stay at this clip. The offense clicking on all cylinders here on the home court. Majet lobs, and he just overthrew Kaiser. Chanchar got away with what could have been a travel there, and Chanchar off his miss puts it up and in. That has Stan Heath giving the stank face to the officials there. He thought there was a travel. B.J. Johnson trying to get around Sanders, and he draws the foul. Rakim Sanders picks up the personal. B.J. just got the step here, and then you see Sanders with the left hand came down, raked it across the arms of B.J. Johnson, and it's a two-point free throw for B.J. Johnson. As I said last night, this is going to take some getting used to, that it's one free throw worth 2 points. An experimental rule they're starting in the G League this season to try to speed up the game, and the NBA thinks they can get to 2 hours. I do wonder, Kaiser with the rejection, I do wonder whether or not this is one you can carry over to the NBA, though. Johnson in transition, the three. He has the last 5 for Lakeland. B.J. Johnson with 13 first-half points. Sullivan, Matthews. A whistle on the shot. They wave it off, and it is an offensive foul. We played the second home game in the 2019-2020 season. The Magic opened up the home campaign with a 125-99 win last night over College Park. And in game 2 of a back-to-back, they have not shown many signs of fatigue, leading by as many as 23. Erie out of the timeout. There's actually a timeout on the floor after a foul called against Lakeland's Josh Majet. Matthews couldn't finish with the left hand. The shot clock went off, though that ball hit the rim.
Thank you.
They'll put 6 seconds back on the clock. They'll put 14 on, excuse me, and the inbound goes to Erie. Majet with the steal. Majet's second steal of the half. That's the 9th turnover for Erie. Majet working on Matthews. Gravit. Back door. It's taken away. Good active hands by Terrence Sullivan. And Erie gives it right back. Isaac Humphreys wants to get back in. We'll see if they'll let him. Next dead ball for the Magic's Humphreys. Erie shooting 34% in the half. They're 3 of 12 from 3, and Now, they are without some of their guns tonight. Josh Gray, Zylan Cheatham, not with the team, the two-way players. Jalen Adams has not played. I did not get a note on him being unavailable tonight. He led this team with 22 points a game. And B.J. Johnson fading, firing, making, and he draws the foul. Big first half for B.J. Johnson as he takes the contact there by Chanchar, and he scores. That's 15 first half points for B.J. Johnson, and the Magic two-way player can complete the three-point play. Erie led this game 10-9. At the 7:36 mark, the Magic went on a 16-0 run and haven't looked back. They've led by as many as 24, which is what it is right now. Chanchar to the rim. He has it blocked. Did Majette get that one? He did. Josh Majette blocking the 6'8" Vledko Chanchar. Chivas. Matthews into Big B Williams. He's fouled. That should be 3, I think, on Humphreys. Make it his second.
Foul on Magic, number 15, Isaac Humphreys.
Cavell Big B Williams, I promised this note the last time that he was on the floor. He transferred from LSU after a season at Oregon in college. That Oregon team, if you remember, made the Final Four. He became just the third British player to make the Final Four. That is few. That really surprised me. Joining Carl Brown, who did it with Georgia Tech in 1990. Remember that 90 Georgia Tech team? I don't. And Luol Deng with Duke in 2004. Offensive board by Big B Williams. He lost it. Reloaded out to Chivas. Sullivan. Watched by Law with 5 on the clock. Going to drive it on him. He lost it. Law corralled it, and a fresh shot clock for Erie. Matthews dished it down low, and Big B Williams cleans it up. Cavell Big B Williams has 6 points in the first half. Under a minute to go, Magic lead by 20, 62-42. Here comes Vic Law, Northwestern Wildcat. Around 3 Bayhawks, but it doesn't matter. He finishes. Here comes Matthews. He misses from up close, wanted the foul. Magic want to push. Gravit, B.J. Johnson, here he goes. Hassani Gravit hooks up with B.J. Johnson, and that's 18 first half points for Johnson. And Erie will hold for the last shot, about a half-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Magic double. And it's thrown away. Up ahead, Majette. And he finishes. Good defense from the Magic. Gravit almost took it away again. Bess at the horn. Would have counted had it gone, but again, 68 points in this first half. As we are ready to go, Magic come out with 4 of their 5 starters for the game. Correction, it is all 5 of their starters. Josh Majette, Isaac Humphreys, Stephen Domingo, B.J. Johnson, and Vic Law. Majette 10 points in the first half, and his floater gets him on the board for the first time in the second half. Some interesting news from Orlando as the Magic play the Washington Wizards. The Magic announcing that DJ Augustine suffered a hand injury in the second quarter tonight. Looks like DJ Augustine is going to be all right. There was a question whether or not the team might need someone like Josh Majette for their 4-game road trip. We'll keep an eye on that. Michael Carter-Williams also injured in that game. Here's Humphreys to the rim. Missed the layup. Big B Williams with the defense. Erie with Bess, Sanders, Big B Williams, Kanchar and Matthews, both Bess and Matthews had 11 points in the first half, and we have our first foul of the third quarter. See who this is on. We'll remind you our officials tonight: Brandon Schwab, David Walker, and Ben Sturt.
Thank you.
B.J. Johnson picks up the foul. It was on the floor, so no free throw coming. Bess around the screen. Chanchar got open. No, he didn't. B.J. Johnson blocked it away. Good recovery there from B.J. Johnson, who tried to go around to screen away from the ball, fell to the parquet, and got up to make that play. Nicely done by B.J. Johnson. Bess got around B.J., goes to the rim, and Vic Law with the block. There comes Johnson. Vic Law finishes it too. Defense on one end, offense on the other as the Magic extend the lead to 30. It's their largest of the night. Chanchar, second round pick in 2017. Matthews doesn't even get the rim. Chanchar's been overseas the last 2 years, a draft and stash. Humphreys couldn't handle the pass. Magic turn it over. You look ahead for Lakeland. They will play their third game at home to finish off their three-game homestand. They have the Wisconsin Herd on Wednesday night, and then head out on the road for a couple of games. Sanders rises and misses. Humphreys pulls down the board. His fourth rebound of the night. Law watched by Sanders. And he's fouled. Magic looking to win their third straight. Erie, if they do not rally, would lose their third in a row. Opened the year with a win over the College Park Skyhawks, but losses at home to Greensboro and then at Capital City on Friday night before coming here. Have them looking at a 1-2 record coming into the RP Funding Center. B.J. Johnson with the skyhook, no, chased it. Chanchar digs it out, leading the break. Extra pass, Bess, he had an air ball and a late whistle. Majette is asking Stan Heath to challenge it. Up by 30. Stan did challenge a call. Magic win the challenge. Stan Heath is 2 for 2 on challenges. Isaac Humphreys will jump against Bigby Williams. Williams won the tip between these two to open the night, and Humphreys gets it himself. Majette watched by Bess. Johnson. Sanders cuts him off. Humphreys' hands. Here comes Majette. Falling away over Bess. Bigby Williams pulls out the board. It's the 7th rebound of the night for Bigby Williams. Domingo picks him up. Swung into the corner. This is Bess. 11 points in the first half. And a turnover. 3 minutes and no points for Erie, and off the break, Majette finishes off the window. Chanchar up close, and the first bucket of the second half is in for the Erie Bayhawks. Magic wanted to travel there, they didn't get it. Domingo trying to create some room, banks it home. Nicely done, Domingo. Threw the forearm a little bit there. He may have gotten away with something as Chanchar backed off and he put it up and in. Bess's pass deflected. Chanchar taking it to Domingo. Draws the foul and rattles it home. And Vledko Chanchar has a chance at a three-point play. Domingo, little contact on the body there. Not much to see. Chanchar will shoot the free throw. was in Spain last year, the 49th pick in the 2017 draft by the Denver Nuggets. Denver without a G League team, so he is assigned to this Erie squad. Earlier this year, appeared in his first NBA game. It was on Halloween against the New Orleans Pelicans, the parent club of this Erie Bayhawks organization. Law in the lane, too strong, and the rebound goes to Vito Brown, who checked in during the free throw. Best, Sanders, Big B. Williams, Chanchar, and Vito Brown for Erie. Brown got some room as Law went over to help, but he couldn't get it. Here comes Majette, checked in too tonight, leading the G League in assists at 10.5 a game. He's looking for an assist here. Law couldn't finish it. Got a wide open look. In fact, Josh Majette, 2 years ago, while with the Erie Bayhawks, had himself a career season, was an all-star in the G League, was named to the G League's all-second team. Big B. Williams draws the foul, and that year dished out 378 assists. It's an Erie Bayhawks single-season franchise record. Humphreys picks up his third foul, and Big B. Williams will head to the line.
2-point free throw for Big B. Williams.
Yes, sir. Hey, Coach, he is. He's doing it.
The 2-point free throw's no good. A tight rotation from Ryan Pananone tonight. In fact, he's only played 8 players. Team without their two-way players, Josh Gray and Zylan Cheaton. We have not seen Jalen Adams tonight, the UConn standout. Sanders for 3. B.J. Johnson rips it down, his 6th rebound of the night. Johnson's been quiet in the third quarter, had 18 in the first half. Majette. Humphreys from the corner. Magic have missed their first 2 threes here in the second half. They were 8 of 16 in the first half. Sanders had the mismatch, passed out of it. Best for 3. Neither one of these teams can buy a bucket right now. Humphreys in the circle. Was looking to Majette back door. Instead, he's going to drive it on Big B. Williams. Fall away jump hook is good. It's a pretty move by Isaac Humphreys. Was in Australia a couple of years ago professionally. Last year was with this Erie Bayhawks organization. Played in 47 games. 46 games. Humphreys, wide open. He cashes in. Against his former team, Isaac Humphreys has 14 points and 7 rebounds, and Josh Majette picks up his 6th assist of the night. Brown hesitated on the extra pass. It allowed Johnson to close out on Sanders. Domingo, he'll shoot it from out there. Up fake, here comes B.J. Johnson, and he draws the foul. He wanted the lefty jam and just didn't finish it, but B.J. Johnson will go to the free throw line. Michael Kaiser has Sonny Gravit check in for the Magic. Just couldn't quite stick it down for B.J. Johnson. Terrence Sullivan and E.C. Matthews come in for the Erie Bayhawks. And B.J. Johnson couldn't get the free throw. Chanchar driving on Kaiser, and he draws the foul. Got to be careful taking it to Michael Kaiser. Averages over 2 blocks a game. Had one earlier tonight. But the foul given to Hassani Gravett. He was on the backside of the play. Picks up his first. So Chanchar to the free throw line. Checked in, averaging 10 points and 4 rebounds. He makes the free throw. Chechar is 2 of 2 from the charity stripe tonight. He has 11 points and 7 rebounds. Johnson, he traveled. Magic turn it over for the 11th time. So the Erie Bayhawks will be the affiliate of the New Orleans Pelicans till the 22-23 season, when New Orleans will move to a new home, and then 2 franchises left for Erie to work with, the Portland Trail Blazers and the Denver Nuggets. A long history of basketball in Erie. Kaiser with the rejection, his second of the night. Majette hunting. Bounce pass to Domingo, he'll pull it out. Majette again. Watched by Matthews. Around the screen. Will fire from the circle. Chechar with the board. Into a crowd of 3, and he turns it over. Magic have a 2-on-1. Majette will take it. Couldn't get it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Magic. Majette made 7 threes last night. He's 2 of 4 from there tonight. 14 points and 6 assists. Matthews trying to turn the corner. Chechar. Majette took it away from him, and Kaiser controls. 16 turnovers for Erie. Gravett wide open. He missed it. Magic have missed a lot of open looks in this third quarter. And a foul against Majette in transition. He's a little shaken up. Came down hard and might have been on that right hip. That's 4 on Majette. Tisdale checks in for Lakeland. Rookie product out of Flint, Michigan. Tisdale played 3 minutes last night, had 2 points. Gravett. Little pump fake, finds Kaiser, who made a mid-range jumper in the first half. He didn't get that one. Kaiser with 6 points. He's 3 of 5 from the field. Catch and shoot 3 for Vito Brown. Rattles out. Magic control. Here comes Gravett playing in his first pro season out of South Carolina. Couldn't get the circus shot. And Erie controls. This Magic team plays with quite a bit of pace. At least they have tonight. Into the corner. That 3 doesn't go. Erie is 4 of 24 from 3. Make it 4 of 25. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by John Davis. It'll stay with Erie as Vic Law gets back in. Magic looking for a double figures. B.J. Johnson leads the way with 18 as we welcome you back. Nick Runowitz sideline at the RP Funding Center. Before the timeout on the floor, a ball lost out of bounds, last touched by Lakeland, so it's Erie's possession. Matthews trying to get it in, finally gets it to Sullivan. Working on Tisdale, he threw it away. John Davis with the theft. Here comes the Charlotte product. He'll pull it back out. John Davis, a big-time scorer in college, had over 2,000 points, just 1 of 2 at Charlotte in school history to do it. Here's Vic Law, fading in the lane. No, Tisdale trying to save it. And it's lost out of bounds. Tisdale got hit on the lip as he's dabbing with his jersey. Bayhawks will get it back. Erie shooting 28%. They're 4 of 25 from 3. And, well, when those aren't going down, it's just not your night. That's E.C. Matthews. Just 9 points here in the third quarter for Erie. That's after 16 in the first quarter. Law, nobody picked him up. Vito Brown and Sullivan both looked at one another, and Vic Law had the easy bucket. He has 10 points and 8 boards. Vito Brown got up close and put it in. Gravett Matthews watching him. Lobs it up for Kaiser. Good defensive play by Brown, but he saves it to Kaiser. And Brown controls. Chivas, full head of steam. Look out, no one picked him up. And Chivas goes to the top and rocks the rim. Kaiser hands off Gravett. Wrapping around. Nifty play by Gravett to get it by Javon Bess. Making Vito Brown puts it up and in. Gravett, his first field goal in 17 minutes. He was 0 of 5 from the field. This is after a tough shooting night last night, too. Gravett was 4 of 12. Maybe the cold weather here in Central Florida starting to affect his shooting a bit. A turnover, Erie, out of bounds. Erie's 18th turnover. Something that's a bit eye-popping. This Magic team out-rebounding Erie tonight through 3 quarters. They've pulled in 6 more rebounds. Erie was top 5 in the league in rebounding coming into tonight. Final 40 seconds of the third quarter. Gravett picked up by Brown. He'll fire over him. Brown with the board. Vito Brown's 7th rebound of the night. He'll take a 3 and get it. Nothing but net for Vito Brown. That's his first 3. He's 1 of 5 from out there. 7 points for the big man out of Wisconsin. 3 straight NCAA tournaments for Vito Brown. Make it 4 straight, all 4 years he was there. John Davis with under 10 seconds. The wraparound layup. No, Kaiser draws the foul. I had not seen much of Michael Kaiser with them opening the season on the road. But I'll tell you what, this guy is active around the rim, and he makes it very difficult. He only played 2 minutes last night, and tonight, you know, the numbers, they may not jump out at you. Kaiser, 6 points in 11 minutes and 5 rebounds. He also has 2 blocks, but he plays hard. Was the 10th pick in this year's G League draft to Lakeland. Magic had 4 picks in the draft. They used 2 of them. Kaiser was the only one that made the team, and the other 2 picks they didn't use. At the horn, Brown can't get it. We're at the end. Is 29 after the first 3 quarters. And Lakeland lighting up the scoreboard. They're shooting 47% from the field and are 9 of 21 from 3. Lakeland led by 6 players in double figures, including B.J. Johnson's 18 points. He didn't score in the third quarter, and Lakeland opens up the frame with John Davis, Hassani Gravett, Vic Law, Isaac Humphreys, and J.D. Tisdale. Javon Bess, E.C. Matthews, Vito Brown, Quentin Chivas, and Sullivan, the last one, Terrence Sullivan there. And it's a turnover. 19th of the night, Magic trying to turn it into points, and Law couldn't finish the wraparound layup. 19 turnovers have turned into 13 Magic points. Sullivan from deep. He cashes that one in. That's the 6th made 3 for Erie, 2nd of the night for Sullivan. They're 6 of 28 from 3. It's just not been a very good shooting night for the Bayhawks. Humphreys, Tisdale to the baseline, tried to wrap it around. Instead, it's out to Law. Catch and shoot 3, Gravett, he got it. Gravett answers with a 3 of his own. He did a lot of that playing for Frank Martin at South Carolina. Led South Carolina with 65 threes made last year, was 2nd in the SEC in that category. The league's 6th man of the year. Here comes Bess. Played against Gravett in the SEC last season. He was at LSU. Gravett was at South Carolina. the 20th turnover of the night for Erie. It has been a messy evening for the Bayhawks, who come in after a loss to Capital City 2 nights ago. They're playing their second of a 3-game road trip. They're at Canton on Tuesday night. Gravett trying to work the give and go to Humphreys, and it's poked away. That looked like it was off of Humphreys' hands, but it'll stay with Lakeland. Magic and Bayhawks, Southeast Division rivals. So they'll meet 4 times this year. Little wraparound move, nicely done by Vic Law. Law having one of his best nights in a Lakeland uniform. That's 12 points for him. Another turnover. 3rd straight possession. Here comes Law. Best quickly the other way, and Gravett fouls him. And then Chivas goes to the floor too. He slipped after Bess went to the floor. That was a dangerous moment there for Quentin Chivas. Fortunately, he's all right, and fortunately, Javon Bess is okay too after his own teammate fell on him. But you go back to the foul there, and Gravett, a hard foul on Bess's layup. Going to make him earn it at the free throw line, where tonight Javon Bess is 1 for 1. He has 11 points. Javon Bess scoreless in the second half after leading Erie with 11 points in the first half. 3 players with 11 points this evening for Erie: Chanchar, Matthews, and Bess. And a quick correction, I think I said earlier that Javon Bess was at LSU last year. He was at St. Louis. His teammate, Cavell Bigby Williams, was the Tiger. John Davis fires over Matthews. Chivas with the board, up ahead Sullivan, back to Chivas. Extra pass, Bess got a look. Tisdale with the late contest. Magic with the rebound. Davis will keep it. And he draws the foul. Don't count the dunk from Vic Law. Instead, John Davis will head to the free throw line. Best night of his young pro career for John Davis. 11 points, 4 rebounds. It's a 2-point free throw for Davis, that experimental rule that the G League is rolling into this season. Free throws can be worth 1, 2, or 3 points until the 2-minute mark of the fourth quarter and overtime. Bess watched by Law and Humphreys. Out to Matthews. He traveled. 22nd turnover. Josh Majet's night is not done as he'll come get Hassani Gravett. J.D. Tisdale sits down as B.J. Johnson checks in. So the two-way players for Lakeland are back in. Magic's lead is 33. It's been as large as 34. Lakeland has come in and just taken care of business in their first 2 home games. They've led by 30-plus over both varieties of Hawk, both Sky and Bay. And Humphreys spinning, fouled by Vito Brown. And Cavell Bigby Williams will check in. E.C. Matthews sits down. The foul on Vito Brown is his first. It was not in the act of shooting, so the Magic will inbound it. Majet thought about going backdoor. He carried it, says the official. Majet had, I believe it was John Davis going backdoor there, and he thought he had him on the baseline and just picked up that dribble for a moment, and it's a turnover. Back in the day, Allen Iverson did that all the time, and he was allowed to keep possession, but Josh Majet will turn it over here. 12th turnover of the night for Lakeland. Into Bigby Williams. Humphreys with the big rejection. Looked like Williams was going to have a big dunk. Instead, Humphries with the block. And B.J. Johnson, the crowd would have went nuts had that gone down. Bigby Williams thought he was going to have a posterizing two-handed slam, and instead Humphries sent it back to the parquet. We'll have a free throw opportunity for Erie. Javon Bess. And B.J. Johnson picks up his third foul. See if we can go back to that Isaac Humphries block on Cavell Bigby Williams. That was quite a play for Humphries. Best gets the free throw. It's worth 2. He has 15 points. Majette, Humphries, and he slams it down. Bigby Williams late getting there. The Magic lead is 33. Best the kick. The three is long. Rebound saved to the Magic. Here comes John Davis. He's speedy. Draws the contact, but doesn't get the call. Bigby Williams, this time he'll make sure it goes down. Surveyed the floor for a moment to make sure no one was in vicinity. B.J. Johnson was out there, but he wasn't going to try to defend it. Law, back to Majette with 5 to shoot. Into the corner, and Humphries was standing out of bounds. Magic turn it over, and we mentioned earlier as John Davis comes out, J.D. Tisdale checks back in. The Magic were working on some of their half-court sets before today's game, and I think Stan Heath is, up by 31 here, trying to work on some of that in-game, and didn't like what he saw. Chanchar, watched by Law, skips it into the corner. Sanders is 3, no. Volleyed out to Chanchar. Erie is 6 of 31 from deep. Chanchar finds Bigby Williams, and another big dunk for the LSU product. So from here, Lakeland will stay home. They'll take on the Wisconsin Herd. Up next, Erie will take on Canton. Law working on Chanchar with the up fake. He finishes. Well done by Vic Law. Spent 5 years at Northwestern, had an injury, a shoulder injury, that gave him a redshirt season. Helped get that Northwestern team to their first NCAA tournament. Wraparound layup is good for Sanders. Nicely done. Rakim Sanders out of Fairfield. Another guy that's played overseas quite a bit. 284 international games for Sanders, including 2 Italian League championships. Majette bounces to Tisdale. He got to the baseline and loops it up. Well done by J.D. Tisdale, a local tryout player for the Lakeland Magic. Played his college ball at Rogers State, Division II, after 3 years at Bowling Green. So played 3 years with Bowling Green and then transferred to Rogers State, that is. Vito Brown almost got too fancy. Bigby Williams from deep, no. Vic Law with the rebound. He's 1 board away from a double-double. Magic have 3 players with 16 points or more. Law is one of them. And the bounce pass from Majette deflected out of bounds. And into the final 5+ minutes of the second home game of the 2019 season. Magic are back in action on Wednesday night against the Wisconsin Herd here at the RP Funding Center. Tickets are still available. You head online to lakelandmagic.com, and J.D. Tisdale whistled for the offensive foul as he tried to get around. They called a travel there. Tisdale had the arm extended too. I thought maybe they got him for that. Gravette, Kaiser, Tisdale, Davis, and Domingo on the floor for Lakeland. Domingo, the only starter. Best to the rim. He loops it around and in. Nice play by Bess, and he draws the foul. Javon Bess out of St. Louis has 17 points, and he can make it 18 on the night for him. if he can finish the three-point play. Gravett picks up his third foul. It's been a tough night for Hassani Gravett. 5 points. He's 2 of 8 from the field, but 6 assists. You know, we were talking about during the break here down at the court how well this Magic team has played together in their first 2 home games as the fans are getting their first opportunity to see them. As we're in the 3rd season of Lakeland Magic basketball, and there is always that period of adjustment for a team. You don't have a long training camp. Even 3 road games is not that much for a team to get used to playing together. And this team feels about as on the same page as we have seen through 4 or 5 games that I can remember. Domingo from the top of the circle. Rebound to Chanchar. 2nd round pick of the Nuggets in 2017. Hands off to Bess. 17 tonight. He's looking for more. Instead finds Chanchar. 10 to shoot. Chivas. Inside. His pass deflected by Domingo. And with 5 to shoot, the Bayhawks will inbound on the sideline. Bess, Sanders, Bigby Williams, Chanchar, and Chivas out there for the Bayhawks. Here's Bess. Davis watches him. He fires over. 3-pointers no good, and the Bayhawks are 6 of 33. That's 18% from deep. Domingo will fire over Chanchar. He'll shoot him from out there. Had a couple last night from deep. He's 2 of 5 tonight from 3. Bigby Williams had it poked away. Got it up over Kaiser, but couldn't finish it. Davis, nifty move. Kaiser, he'll shoot it from 3. No. Domingo couldn't corral it, saves it. Right to Chanchar. Chivas, will someone pick him up this time? They did, but he draws the foul. I think Gravett is going to pick up his 4th. Let's see if this is on Hassani. It is not. Tisdale will pick it up. And Quentin Chivas will head to the free throw line. 20 minutes tonight for Chivas. He has 7 points. 1 trip to the free throw line. He did make the free throw. It's a 2-point foul. We're 90 seconds away from teams needing to shoot 2 free throws and a collision underneath. And it looks like Bigby Williams just slipped. Kaiser and Williams collided underneath, and Bigby Williams went down. You saw Kaiser even tried to help him up there as the free throw went in. They'll get the mop boys out there to make sure that the court is dry. That's the same area where we saw Quentin Chivas slip when Javon Bess was fouled by Hassani Gravett probably about 4 or 5 minutes ago on the game clock. Kaiser, Gravett, Sanders watching him. Gravett from the circle. That one rattles down. Gravett gets a shooter's bounce. He hasn't had it tonight. He's 2 of 8. Now 3 of 9 make that. Chanchar steps back from Domingo. Splash. Vledko Chanchar. He's in his 3rd pro season, spent the last 2 overseas, a draft and stash for the Nuggets. And tonight, Chanchar has 13 points, a whistle, and Kaiser traveled. 16th turnover of the night for Lakeland. It has not been a clean evening. Home slate last night with a win over the College Park Skyhawks, 125-99. Another blowout victory on its way here for Lakeland. They lead 104-77, 2:35 left in the 4th quarter. Nick Runowitz sideline for you here in Polk County. Appreciate you joining us. Erie led 10-9 in the 1st quarter. The Magic went on a 16-0 run and haven't looked back as Javon Bess scores from up close. He has 19 points. Magic enjoying 18 points from B.J. Johnson. He has not scored in the second half. And 6 players in double figures. Kaiser with the offensive board and the stuff. And Michael Kaiser with 8 points and 7 rebounds. He's been a real nice add to this team, the 10th pick in the G League draft this year. He just makes it tough all around the rim. Has a couple of blocks tonight. Chivas banking it home there. Domingo into the lane, fell down, saved it, finds Kaiser, and he finishes. They call him Kai, and tonight he has 10 points, make it 12 with 8 rebounds. Can he get 2 more and get to a double-double here? Sanders kicks to the corner. That one's no, and Kaiser has his 9th rebound. Ahead to Tisdale, to the rack. Ooh, Tisdale couldn't finish it. He was looking for it all there, the lefty jam, and Tisdale just couldn't corral it down. He might have brought the rim down with him if he had finished it. Man, did he get off the floor there, J.D. Tisdale. And a delay of game warning against Erie. 68 ticks to go. I guess that's how they do it in Flint, Michigan there for J.D. Tisdale. He went up and tried to bring the whole rim down. This place would have went nuts. To the baseline, they find a streaking Sanders. And Rakim Sanders puts it up and in. Under a minute to go, the Magic closing out their second straight home victory. Gravett for 3. He got it. Hassani Gravett. The shooting stroke starting to come back for him. His second made 3. He has 10 points. 8 players in double figures tonight for Lakeland. Matthews stepping in the lane, missed the shot, but he drew the foul, and Javon Best will get back in for Erie. Foul to Tisdale Jr. So E.C. Matthews will head to the line. He had 11 first-half points, and E.C. Matthews has been scoreless in the second half. Now we're inside of 2 minutes, so that experimental rule does not take effect here. Matthews will shoot 2 free throws here. He's got to earn them both as he makes the first. I keep mentioning this, but this rule is going to take some getting used to. I don't know if this is one you can take to the NBA. The G League has been the sandbox, experimental sandbox for the NBA the last few seasons, and it's been good for the association. They adopted the coach's challenge. They adopted the shot clock resetting to 15 seconds off a miss. Both those have been successful. This one's going to be a little different, I think. Davis. He had Kaiser inside, instead misses the jumper. Kaiser with the rebound and the dunk. And there's the double-double for Michael Kaiser. 14 points, 10 rebounds. The 3 from Bess is up and in to give him 22 for the night. But that's the exclamation point for the Magic. In offensive rebound, Kaiser, 14 and 10 in 16 minutes. And the Magic at the horn have a 1-13.